Well, the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals are come and gone. What could I say? What can I say? What's going on, everyone on YouTube and all the NHL and NBA fans out there? This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals, and a little bit of baseball talk. Check it out. The Stanley Cup Finals, what could I say? The Blues were the better team. I have nothing to say. My Bruins played like fucking crap in Game 7. Pretty much. I had no faith. No faith in that. But, you know, Greg Berube, he did a hell of a job pushing those Blues players, and he was doing pretty well. Doing it. Worst case scenario, they won the Stanley Cup in my home ice. In the Bruins' home ice. And I hated that. Which kind of doesn't surprise me too, because the Blues were probably the best road team in the playoffs, so that's probably another reason why. And we were probably not the best home team in the playoffs too, so that doesn't give it helping the edge on that part too. But hey, what can you say? But you know, it is what it is. You know, the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in their franchise history, and for the record, this is the city of St. Louis' first time beating Boston in a championship series since the '67 World Series. What of that perspective, huh? So, hey, but, you know, it is what it is. Hey, not my team. They won the cup. Congratulations to them. You know? Nothing we can do. All we can hope now is to redeem ourselves. Try to get some player, at least sign a couple of decent players that can help us win the cup. At least get a couple of call-ups in our minor league ball club, hockey club. Try to get some momentum going. Try to get back in there next year. Get some redemption. That's all I can say. So then, congratulations to the St. Louis Blues being the Stanley Cup champions a couple of days ago. And, hey, we'll see you next year for the Stanley Cup Finals. As for the NBA Finals, you know, this is definitely... Toronto Raptors definitely took advantage of the Golden State Warriors. Clay went down early in Game 6. Kevin Durant had an Achilles injury, who just recently came back from another injury himself. So, and not only that, though, it was kind of put all the pressure on Stephen Curry. And now, because of that, the Golden State Warriors leave the Oracle Arena to go to San Francisco next year. So, and not only that, though... The Toronto Raptors won their first NBA Finals franchise. The first franchise to win it outside of the United States, and the first team to win it in Canada. Which, in recent past, though, the Toronto Raptors were the sole, right now they're the only sole team in Canada right now. They used to have the Vancouver Grizzlies before they moved to Memphis at the time, when they started out. And not only that, though, which I heard last night from Adam Silver, was, the very first NBA game was in Toronto, which was kind of interesting, which I never knew that, and I thought it was in, like, Springfield, Mass. or something like that. So, yeah, it was interesting facts on that. So, anyways, Kawhi Leonard, he came out, proved a point to the Spurs, got himself an MVP rating. He joins with LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They win in the NBA Finals and the NBA Finals MVP for two different teams. So, hey, you know, what can you say on that? So, now, it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the NBA Finals. For the NBA, there's going to be lots of talk in the offseason. There's going to be Kevin Durant's a free agent, which that could change because of his injury. Klay Thompson's a free agent. You know, Kawhi Leonard's is a free agent. Yeah, anything's possible. What can they say? Kyrie Irving's a free agent, which, I don't know. I'm hoping he goes out of Boston, you know. We play better without him anyways. So, anyways, there's a lot of things, a lot of free agents splashing out this offseason. It's going to be the biggest free agent market in the last few years. So, what can you say? You know, I think this is going to be very interesting on that. You know, it's going to be very high pricey, you know. In this case scenario, who knows what could happen, you know. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Isaiah Thomas from the Denver Nuggets is a free agent. I believe so, but, you know, Yeah, what can you? Anything's possible in the NBA offseason. So, anyways, there's a lot of protections going on. After that, a lot of things happening. But till then, unfortunately, I hate to say this, congratulations to the Toronto Raptors becoming the first Canadian team to win the NBA championship. And not me, because I'm a Celtics fan. Oh well. But anyway, so congratulations to the Toronto Raptors winning that. I hope to God we don't have to play them on opening night when they did the banner, because I would hate that. Personally, I'd like to see them open up against Milwaukee Bucks or Philadelphia, because those are the two teams who are battling it out. This could be very interesting if they do that. Yay. But no one, I think, but other than that, though, Toronto took advantage of the Golden State Warriors' opportunities of injuries. Nick Nurse, an NBA rookie, getting his first championship ring. Kyle Lowry gets his first ring. Pretty much, and Marc Gasol gets his first ring. The Toronto Raptors, they made some big gambles in the last offseason, and it paid off. You know what? I said to the Celtics they should have done that, but look, we would have been in Toronto Raptors shoes by now if we did. So it kind of backfired. Hey, what can you say? Okay, do some MLB talk right now, which is the reason I'm doing it now, because there's a little bit of surprises going in there. So, anyways, I think I'll give you some surprise picks of what's going on in the NBA, the MLB offseason, MLB season right now. Almost at the halfway point before the All-Star game. So, let's give you a big thought about it. One other surprise team I really thought, believe it or not, it was the Washington Nationals. Now, don't get me wrong. I know they're 31-35 right now, or at least something like that right now, I believe. I really forget what they're standing at. I believe it's something like that, but... So, I think it could be 31-35 or 32 or something like that, but... Anyways, I think going into this one, they just lost Bryce Harper, which is pretty interesting. I didn't really think they were going to go right down to the bottom because of it. I believe that was going to be the case for them. But, hey, what can you say about it? But I did not think they were going to get 31 games, but at least over 30 games right now. But I thought they were going to be like at least 15 to something like that because of that move for them for Bryce Harper. But, hey, I was kind of a little surprised how they were doing. The bullpen has been better, but not really good enough. So that's what's keeping them going. Anthony Reading or Howie Kendrick doing okay, but not really the greatest. But at this point, they need to have a new leader, and there at least something else to get a new identity to get back what they need to be. So, hey, what can you do? I'm really surprised how they're doing. I did not expect that. I was like, wow, I'm a little surprised on that. But hey, what can you say on that? All right, the other one. A little bit of surprise in a way was the Cardinals. I believe they're like around the 500 mark. I know they're a little disappointing. I would say that, but they started off like 12-22, and then they went to a 20-10 start. Then I think then they went something else after that. But but I thought they were gonna be the similar situation with the Nationals. Not really gonna do much, but they're all in. If they keep going like this, something magical can happen. They could do the same run they did in 2011. But hey, but I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one. But let's see how this one. But they go into 20-run differential. But we'll see what happens. And the other one is the Diamondbacks. The D-backs. They're 35-32, I believe, around the 35 mark. But they've been doing pretty well. I mean, they had a little run of departures this past offseason, but no, they've been doing pretty well. Like I thought there were going to be another situation for the Nationals. Be like one of the worst teams in the ball club right now, and look what they're doing. They're winning 35 runs. They're doing like 5 runs per game or something like that, which is pretty interesting. And Samson has a completed game for the first time. He's having a good year. He's opportunity for the Cy Young for next year. So hey, we'll see what happens for him. So. And for number 3 in the list of surprises, as the Rangers, the Texas Rangers, who are 35-30, which is interesting on that. Very interesting. You know, like, I thought they were, right now for the Rangers, they're having a difficult time where they are right now because they have a tough division. With the Houston Astros dominating first place in that division, they got the Oakland Athletics. Then you got the Mariners going in, sneaking up, and you got the Angels. Ugh. But you know, the Angels in the other part is a different situation. But what can you do? But you know, but anyways, I think that what's going on with them right now, they're like the Rangers. On the other hand, they lost a player like Joey Gallo from injury. Then they have I think they lost instead of dealing with Mike Manor. So I think but they're in an interesting position right now that they have contained a 20 or 21 drafting thing for a trade matter. So it's going to be interesting how they work out, how they're doing. But hey, we'll see. And of course, one other surprise team, the Rays. Oh my God, don't like the Rays, but you know, they've been doing a lot, you know, with Austin Madell and Brandon Lowe. The Rays didn't spend any money to do product steal in the offseason, but look what they are right now. They're 41-24, doing up some lack runs. I mean, look at how the Rays are doing. They're doing like what my Boston Red Sox are doing last year, which I'm kind of disappointed in them. But anyways, I think what's gonna happen, you know, they still have to deal with the New York Yankees, which is another team I hate, you know. What can you do? But anyways, that's another surprise team. They could sneak up on the wild card in the playoffs, unless the Yankees choke, which I hardly doubt. You can't count the Yankees out. But hey, we'll see how they do. And of course, the number one surprise team I thought for the MLB rankings right now is the Minnesota Twins, which I believe they have the best record in baseball right now, if I not remember correctly. I think they're 43-21. So I think and they got Jose Palenio, who may get MVP this year, who's been having a hell of a year so far. He's definitely an AL MVP candidate. And I think a Gold Glove guy, Byron Buxton, has arrived, so I think he's going to do pretty well. So I think they have like the best hitting in baseball with Baron Boxland and then the Minnesota four starters, Jake Olese and Jose Banos and Martin Perez and Kyle Gibson. They've all been hitting up in the bullpen pretty well. As that, and of course they have made some off-season moves with Nelson Cruz, who's been hitting lights out. May get comeback player of the year probably, and Eddie Lauzo, who is in the homegrown players, and Marvin Gonzalez, I believe, and they're doing pretty well since Joe Morrow retired, which is kind of like whoa, like this is pretty good. But you know, the bottom line of that is this could be a battle of this could be a runaway for the AL Central for them, which I expected the Cleveland Indians would do that, which they've been a bit disappointing team as well. So, but hey, we'll have to see how the Twins laid out in the second half of the year. So, hey, what can you say about that? So, I may do another MLB video on the after the All-Star break or something. But after that, I'm gonna do a early predictions for the for football season coming up, which is coming up like another month away from training camp or something, which is something like that. Which when training camp is right around the corner, I will definitely do a football video. This usually comes out like that after training camp or things, the MLB All-Star game and things like that. So, anyway, so stay tuned for that. So, it'll be another month away. So, I could be out there for a little while. So, hey, I thought I'd give you my thoughts about what am I thinking of right now. Until then, I'm still going to be in school. So, I'll still be around. I signed up for classes. So, I'll try to get in for my MLB, for my football picks for this coming off season. So, season around. So, hey, we'll see what happens. So, until then, this is Andrew Warren, signing off. Peace.